Now we know that whenever a roof butts up against a wall, say for example on a dormer window or a second level, that you're going to need flashing to keep it watertight. Within the Australian roofing industry, it's common to use long lengths of this flashing, particularly for other roofing materials. But when roofing with asphalt shingles, it's a little different. We use step flashing. Although step flashing, it's not new, we do see many people getting this part wrong. And considering the cost involved in repairing water leak damage, it's worth spending a little bit of time in getting this right. So let's go and take a look now and see how to install flashing for asphalt roof shingles. Wherever a roof butts up against a wall, that joint is a critical leak-prone area. And we know that typically a flashing system is required. The only type of flashing you should use in this area is step flashing. Although step flashing does take more time and care to install, it is an essential requirement when installing asphalt roof shingles. While you can use a continuous long length of flashing on the front wall, you can't on the side walls. You see, water will always find its way between the shingles and flashing. Then, due to capillary action, this water will seep down at an angle of about 30 to 40 degrees and then run off the side of the flashing, causing a leak. It won't matter whether you install the flashing on top of or below the shingles, the result will still be the same. A long length of flashing on the side wall will cause a leak. Even with a step flashing system, water still finds its way between the shingle and flashing. However, the water that finds its way on a step flashing has nowhere else to go other than over the shingle beneath it and away down to the gutters. Now, one of the biggest mistakes to avoid is using a long continuous length of flashing on the side wall. While this is fine for other roofing materials, it should be avoided with roof shingles. Unfortunately, we've seen it installed in this way in Australia, which ended up causing very expensive leak damage. So while a continuous length of flashing is okay for the front wall, always remember to use step flashing on the side walls. Starting at the corner of the front and side wall, attach the first step flashing. Make sure it extends about 30 to 40 mil past the corner. This is to ensure the water runoff is directed past that vulnerable corner. The step flashing we are using here are approximately 150 by 120 by 250 mil long. This is typically longer and wider than what others tend to use. We just prefer that extra overlap beyond the reveal line. This offers additional protection and minimises the chance of water seeping underneath the flashing. After the first step flashing is nailed down, a shingle is installed over it. The idea is to continue adding a step flashing as you shingle each row up the roof. Once complete, and when the wall cladding is applied, you'll end up with a discreet watertight flashing system that'll protect your roof for many years to come.